Clash of Clubs, welcome back. Thank you for tuning in as always. Unfortunately, I am here to talk about the game we just played today. Five things we learned from Leeds 3, Chelsea 1. First thing we learned, we are in a top 5 race. We are competing in Champions League for Champions League spots. We are not competing for a title. Um, these types of games, in my opinion, are that reminder. We come off these highs, right? We win 3-0 at home against Barcelona. Arsenal, yeah, we get a man sent off to draw, but perform really well against one of the best teams in Europe on form. Um, and then we go and lose to 17th place Leeds away. And I understand it's a historically difficult fixture. It's a tough place to go play, but in reality, if you're competing for the title, this is a game you take care of. Teams in the past, maybe we can go there and win 1-0. We can lock up shop, and I'll save my thoughts on our defense for a little bit later, but we're not capable of doing that. Again, Leeds deserve to win in every aspect. I mean, I'm just seeing the quotes from Maresca after the game, but I mean, we have nothing to take from that game in terms of positives. It was a horrific game, and the rotations are a huge part. That's something we have to deal with, right? Caicedo suspended, his two backups are hurt. We have to switch out 6 or 7 players. I mean, guys like Reece James, Wesley Fofana, who I can't stop talking about how important they are for this team. They cannot play 3 games in 7 days. They can't go those 90s. We know that. And as much as I hate these types of days and these types of performances, it's much better than having Reece James miss another 4 months. Wesley Fofana, the same thing. We missed those two, and Caicedo as well, a ton today. So really unfortunate, but today's just that reminder, really. Second thing, like I was just saying, this is a huge reason why I believe we're in the top 5 race. It's not just Tosin, but I mean his performance today. I've had a lot of praise for him in the past, I think over the summer and really towards the latter end of last season, he was pretty solid for us. That Tosin Chalobah pairing, I know Chalobah was at right back for the first half, but it's shambolic. It's absolutely shambolic. His last 3 starts were Wolves in the Cup, Karabag away in the Champions League, and Leeds. We conceded 8 goals in those 3 games. 1 goal conceded in the other 5 in that run of fixtures. I know I'm just isolating one guy, but I feel like the eye test backs that up for me. He's the weak link there. We've seen Chalobah's performances rise next to Wesley Fofana, but these two together, Tosin and Chalobah, it can't happen. I just can't see it anymore. I've been a big proponent of Achampong getting minutes, and I mean, even the first game of the season, he played in the middle of a 3 and dealt with Mateta for 90 minutes, clean sheet. Like, he needs to play. I think he's a huge talent. It's tough to throw guys into a game like this. I mean, we saw it with Hato at Karabag, but I cannot watch this. I cannot watch this. I understand we start him thinking, oh, Calvert-Lewin up there, they're going to want to play long balls. We need him in the air. He's not good in the air. He doesn't win headers. He does not win those duels. He gets bullied all game. I mean, I cannot watch it. I can't. I cannot see him playing for a while. I mean, maybe if something happens, we need him, and I mean, he's probably going to play in a week's time, but absolutely shambolic performance today. I need to see Achampong play. I understand patience. We saw with Estevao today, right? Like, lost his head, gets a yellow, taken off at half. This is why you have to ease these guys in, but Achampong needs to play. So Tosin, I'm a fan. I know you're Palmer's friend in that, but I can't watch. He can't start. Third thing we learned, João Pedro. I remember saying it after we won the Club World Cup. Do not introduce us to a vibe you cannot maintain. It's not looking good right now for that. It's not. Really hasn't been the same. I wouldn't say hasn't been the same. I still think he's a really talented player, but I feel like I thought he'd be really good in the 10. He doesn't do anything for me. It takes too many touches. He drops way too deep. He doesn't have any impact in the game when he's playing in the 10. Just losing the ball throughout the game, not finding passes. And again, we saw Palmer for a cameo. And even in that cameo, you immediately see the difference when you have a player of that level in these positions. And it's just not the same. At the Club World Cup, he looked like a 9, right? He played as a 9. We understand his style of play and how he's pretty much a false 9 or played as a 10 in Brighton. Man, when he was playing up top and not doing too much under strict restrictions, if you will, in terms of what he can and can't do, it was working fantastic. It looked great, but I feel like the leash has gotten too loose. Is the only really analogy I can give you to try and let you know what I'm trying to say. But yeah, Joao Pedro's just been really disappointing ever since the really August. I mean, he scored some goals off corners. He's a good player, but the performances have been really disappointing. We needed a player like him to step up, especially with Palmer just getting back into the team. A player of his caliber needs to do more. He can't be a passenger. We can't afford for him to be a passenger. So hopefully Palmer getting back will light a fire in him. But yeah, it's been really disappointing from Joao Pedro. Delap, I want to give him more time. People are upset with him, but just got back from injury. Still new to the team. I thought he's all right in the summer. I think he's shown enough. So we got to give him a little bit of time. But Joao Pedro, a more experienced player, more of a get in here and get a job done like he literally did over the summer. I did have higher expectations. So I'd like more from him. Fourth thing is really just accountability. The reason people are trying to put us in a title conversation is because you see there's enough there. Like I was talking about earlier with the performances we've had, like there's clearly enough talent there, but it's not developed, right? That's the whole conversation. That's the whole philosophy argument. We've never really seen a rebuild to this extent in recent memory. So these guys just need to be held accountable. The performances need to be better. We cannot do what we just did against Leeds. And the graphic I put up on the screen, I mean, look at what December's looked at. Look, I'm so rattled by this game. Look at the points we've taken in December. Like it's historically awful, the holiday period, the fixture congestion, and we've got 2 more games without Caicedo, right? Like we need to lock in. Bournemouth have lost 4 of their last 5 games. Charity FC cannot return again. It cannot happen. They're 3 points off us and they're 14th. So this table's, we're dropping ourselves right back into the deep end, right? I mean, we drop points with red cards, 5 of them from winning positions, right? We keep shooting ourselves in the foot and it can't happen. It cannot keep happening. So there needs to be accountability. And these guys just need to understand they have enough there. It is so frustrating to know that you're going to put in a shift against Barcelona, Arsenal, and then do this. Like a lot of Chelsea fans saw this coming, and unfortunately, like there's a reason for that. So it needs to turn around. We can't let it slip. We can't let it get worse. It needs to stop now. You need to stop the bleeding before this turns into an actual problem and leads into my 5th thing. Do not panic. The last thing we need to do is panic. We've been in great form lately. It's not to excuse how awful the performance was today. But as you can see on the screen, like this is the future. Like and I'm still very confident that this is going to be a very successful group for a long time. I think there's too much talent there. I just think there's too much talent for this not to work. I do think we have the right guy in charge. We do not need to panic. This season will still be bumpy. I don't think it will be as bumpy as it was last year, but we are not there yet. We've had this conversation on the podcast a million times. Our sporting directors are the reason we are not there yet. You can see it in the back line. The midfield, I love our midfield room. The fitness is a bit of an issue, but the players we have there, no problem. The attackers, there's a few question marks, but again, in terms of the talent coming in the future, I think we are more than fine. But that back line, man, without Colwill, Fofana, who's just kind of getting back, man, it's just like, I don't know if I've said it on here before, but it's just like a bunch of 78 overalls. It's not enough. It is not Chelsea level. It needs to be cleared out. We need to bring in at least one quality defender over the summer. And I love the guys we have out on loan, but again, you can't throw a 20-year-old, 19-year-old into this situation. We need an experienced head, and that does not mean he has to be over the age of 30 just a player who's been there before, who you can put in and you know they're going to do a job. Because Colwell, as much as we rate him, he's coming back from major knee surgery. Fofana, again, fitness-wise, you just don't know if he's going to be there. We need to be able to have someone else there that we can rely on in that back line. So I think that's the number one priority. It's the number one priority. As much as we don't want to block pathways and all that, you cannot go into next year with that same defense. It just cannot happen. So again, it's not the end of the world, but today is a friendly reminder of why we are not where we want to be just yet. So do not panic. Rough times, but we have a long way to go. It's in our hands. We have enough there. Our best players coming back. It's not the end of the world, but try not to say things I shouldn't say on camera. We'll be all right. We will be all right. Do not panic. Bournemouth, Saturday. It's a cup final. Thank you for watching, and see you guys later.